Hello, it's Maxa with the Gentle Homes Group and Realtor at Keller Williams Realty Coral Springs. I'm providing this video more as a reference to the area that I send my postcards to, and to which I will provide a monthly update. And in those monthly updates, I will talk about inventory and months of inventory and the type of market. And I wanted you to understand where that information is coming from and how we arrive at that information and what impact it has on you as a home buyer or home seller. So my goal is to be the realtor of choice and the person you reach out to when you're ready to buy, sell, invest, or any other real estate questions or needs you may have. So let us see what area that we are looking at and what area this data applies to. So I like to call this area between the canals because it's bounded by canals almost on every side. But we're going to start with the C14 canal at the bottom here and go up 66 to Atlantic, canals on both sides. When we mention canals, I like to say that I'm on the canoe several times a week on these canals. It's a green canoe. So I'm usually wearing a hat, so if you see me wave, I promise to wave back if I see you. uh, we go from here to Margate Boulevard, and I live down here on 66, and up to Northwest 18th Street, and just south of Royal Palm on Northwest 9th Court. So this is the area that the information that we're reviewing applies to. So, uh, to understand the months of supply or months of inventory, the first thing we have to know is just really how many houses are actively for sale, are for sale. So, in this, when I checked this around the first, it was 6 houses and inventory. In a bigger sense, is if you go to Publix, you're looking for a can of soup and there's none, and they go to the back, they're checking the inventory, how many cans of soup can they sell. So for realtors, the amount of houses currently for sale is our active inventory. Um, Once you have that number, the next number you want to determine is really the number of houses or the rate at which the houses have been selling for the past months. You can look at it over 12 months, and the longer period you look at it over, it's a more stable view. You will have a view that's not impacted by seasonal changes. I did a 6 month and a 3 months, and you could see for the month of January, 5 houses sold. We sold nine, 18, and so on, all the way up through September. We sell 11 houses. Starting with June, after the 6 month in 2021, we had 10.5 in June, 10.5 in July, 9.6 in August, up to 8.5 in September. And for the 3 months starting in March, we had 10.6. We went around 12 to 12.6 in the middle of the year, and we're tapering off right now for the past 2 months to 6.67. So once we have those 8.5 for the 6 months and 6.6, we're able to go now and find a month of inventory by taking the active and dividing by the rate at which they've been selling at. For 3 months, 6.6 divided by 6.67 gives us about zero point 0.9 months, and the six for the 6 months, 6 divided by 8.5 gives 0.7 months. 0.71 months. So we have less than a month of inventory or less than a month of supply. And what does that mean? It means that if no new houses were put on the market, that this is the amount of time that it would take to sell all the houses that are currently for sale. Of course, it's on average because there could be houses that take longer for various reasons. But again, everything here we're talking about is on average. And how does that determine the type of markets? Well, has a rough agreement among realtors that if you have less than four, some will say less than 3 months, you're in a seller's market. Between 5 and 6 is what is called a stable market, and greater than 7 is a buyer's market. What that means for you as the seller, it's really just supply and demand. We could just look at the numbers for this area here for in the beginning of October, end of September. We have 6 houses, and we know for the past 6 months they were being selling at 8.5. So there, the supply is 6, the demand is 8.5. Of course, in this situation, the seller would be able to command the price more than the buyer. If the situation were reversed and we had more than 7 months, of course, the buyer would be able to command the price, and the seller would have to make the arrangements they would have to do to their homes. Again, this was a very simplistic view of this. There's many more ways we could slice this. If we're looking at an area, we could look at other luxury homes, homes over $1 million, because you could have a micro market or a market within a market based on the type of home. Are they condos? Are they townhomes? What's the price? Is it homes that are under 300K and so forth? So there are many different ways you could slice this to understand how a particular particular home in an area is performing. So that's why it pays when you're ready to buy, when you're ready to sell, uh, to work with a realtor, one who is able to look at this information and make sure that your home is sold for the most money, and it's on the market for the shortest amount of time. And so, if you have any questions about the information I presented, please feel free to reach out to me. But this is what I will be talking about on our monthly updates when I talk about months of inventory, and this is how that information is arrived at for a particular area. And until next time, take care and enjoy.